So, what if I told you that confidence isn't about pep talks or power poses or even grit and moxie by themselves? What if that missing ingredient, the one that is my favorite, what if that is the one that changes everything? It is how you think, not what you think, but how you think. Because here's the truth: confidence built without critical thinking is like it's like baking bread without yeast. It looks okay from the outside, but the second life pokes at it, it collapses. We spent a whole month talking about Moxie, and Moxie matters, and it matters big time. I mean, it's what keeps you going when you already fell 3 times and you get back up. It's not lipstick confidence. It's not a TikTok pep talk. It's the quiet I'll try again tomorrow that nobody is clapping for. But that's where most people stop. See, they think that grit plus moxie equals confidence, period. And I don't see anybody talking about this, but it's so crucial. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's powerful, but it's not complete. Because without the third ingredient, critical thinking, you can hustle straight into the wrong direction with the wrong people or the wrong beliefs. Your mindset alone just isn't enough. I mean, you've heard people say, oh, it's all about your mindset. I mean, that sounds great on a t-shirt, but let's be honest, it's only half the truth. Because what does mindset really mean? Think about this. If your mindset is built on what other people told you to think, that's not confidence. You don't have confidence. What you have is compliance. Like, how many times have you done something because that's just the way it's done, right? It's always been done that way. Or you believe something because of who told it to you. It could have been a teacher, a parent, or a coach. They said it was true, so you automatically think it's true without ever checking if it made sense to you. And that's the danger of a positive mindset without critical thinking. It can make you smile while walking straight off of a cliff. So, why is critical thinking the secret ingredient? Well, here's the part that nobody tells you. Critical thinking, it's not some boring school subject, okay? It is the backbone. The backbone of real confidence. It's what keeps you from being fooled, from being pushed around, and from being stuck in a life that you didn't actually choose. Critical thinking is asking questions. Does this actually make sense? And if I believe this, who benefits from that? And what's another way that I can look at this? Those are all great questions. So you see, confidence isn't just believing in yourself. It's knowing that you can test what you're told. It's the courage to say, whoa, wait a minute. I don't buy that. That's when your voice gets stronger. That's when people listen. Because you're not parroting. You are thinking. So let me tell you just a real quick story. When I was younger and teenager, long time ago, well, I thought confidence meant acting like I had it all figured out. I mean, that's what we perceive confidence is. I'd watch the loud girls, the ones who could throw a comeback in 2 seconds flat. And I thought, oh, that's it. That's confident. I want to be like her. She walks and talks and she has so much confidence. But here's the thing. Half the time, they weren't even right. They were just loud. And sometimes I followed people like that, even when it didn't feel right for me inside, because I didn't know how to think for myself yet. So fast forward as an adult and a whole lifelong experience, I realized that the people with real confidence, they weren't always the loudest. Actually, they were seldom the loudest. They were the ones who could stop and think and say, hold on, what's really going on here? And they weren't afraid to change their mind. They weren't afraid to stand alone. They were not afraid to ask questions. And that's what critical thinking is. And when I started using it, my whole life, the whole idea of confidence just flipped. Suddenly, I wasn't just pushing through with grit. I wasn't just holding on with moxie, all that energy and time. but I was steering the ship with clarity. And why does this matter, especially right now? Let me be clear first. This isn't just a theory. I mean, look around. I mean, we're growing up in a world, you're growing up in a world that is noisy and confusing. And it's just full of people selling you confident hacks. They're telling you to do things, journal. They tell you to manifest, and you just have to hustle harder, work smarter, not harder. But what almost nobody is teaching you is how to think about what you're hearing, how to separate feelings from facts, and how to notice when someone's trying to manipulate you, because there is a whole world out there trying to do that. So if you can do that, you won't just feel confident, you'll be confident. And not because you memorize some trick, but because you trust your own mind. So we want to transition here from our Moxie mindset, and we're going to shift into critical thinking. So a few months ago, it was about grit, and then we talked about Moxie, and this is the third ingredient, the mindset, but not in the way that you've heard it before. We're going to build a mindset based on critical thinking, that what I consider the secret ingredient, because nobody else is talking about it. Because if grit is the first step and Moxie is the fuel that keeps you going, well, then critical thinking is the steering wheel. It's what keeps you from wasting your life's energy chasing the wrong goals, believing the wrong people, or just silencing your own truth. So here's my challenge for you this week, okay? The next time someone tells you something, anything, just pause. Don't just react. Ask yourself, why do they want me to believe this? And does this line up with what I know? That one pause can change everything. And that's how you start thinking for yourself. That's how you build a confidence nobody can fake and nobody can take it away. So, welcome to the third part of the Confidence Project, where we're moving from the Moxie mindset, and trust me, this is where the real power begins.